Welcome to twoquestions.tv. With me today is Rachel McCord, and we're talking about fame. Welcome to twoquestions.tv. I'm Susan Baroncini-Moe. Joining me today is Rachel McCord, named Rising Star in 2017 and one of the hottest models in the world. It's true, she's beautiful. She's a model, she's an author, and a philanthropist. She's been featured in top magazines and outlets, including Vogue, Forbes, People, and Glamour. And she's the author of this book, Slay the Fame Game, Break into Hollywood and Social Media Without It Breaking You, which we're talking about today. Rachel, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Susan. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be on here with you with a fellow author queen. So thank you so much.
Well, I have to tell you, I loved your book, and I loved it for a few reasons. First, because you convey really substantive information. Like, I mean, it's a real book, right? Like, and the joy of this book is that it's not like, I read these like hardcore, heavy duty, serious, boring business books all the time for this show. And reading your book was so interesting, so engaging. And what I loved is that it's super versatile too. So on the one hand, there's this really concrete knowledge, like really good branding and marketing knowledge. But because of the voice you write in, which is like, I could just be sitting down hanging out with you, I felt like it was super relatable to a wide range of people. So while I learned a lot reading it, I'm 45, I have a lot of experience in social media, marketing, branding, but I just as easily could hand this off to my 18-year-old stepdaughter and she'd read it and she'd learn a lot as well. And she'd be into it because you're speaking her language. So wonderful work.
Thank you so much. That's such a huge compliment. Like literally exactly what you said would be the dream response. I have read a lot of business books as well. I've read over 1,000 self-help books, and I've worked in Hollywood for 8 years, both in traditional Hollywood and digital Hollywood now. And I think for me personally, there was this point in the book where I was just like, you know what, honestly, if I'm going to write this, it needs to feel like I'm writing and talking to my best friend over a glass of wine, and we're just chilling and enjoying each other and just sharing the insider tips that most people don't really talk about. I think I may have with a couple people in Hollywood, actually. Stuff. So oops, sorry guys, but it's been so much fun and such a labor of the heart. And honestly, writing it was so quick and easy because I don't feel like I was trying to be someone I'm not.
Yeah.
Like, don't try to be some stuffy, pretentious, like I grew up in trailer parks in Georgia. So I'm not trying to be like, oh my gosh, Hollywood and red carpets is like, I felt really uncomfortable in that scenario for so long. And I thought if we put like a sassy motivational guide in the hands of people who are like your stepdaughter trying to go at it with social media, or yourself building this massive business empire, it really does translate, I think, in both sides. But it's so great to hear you say that.
Well, so one of the things, and it comes across that you really have read a lot, and you know, I'm going to be honest. When I first started, I'm like, I feel like I'm hanging out with my friend. Am I going to learn something from this? And then it grabbed me and it sucked me in. I'm like, I am hanging out with her. I'm enjoying this. Yeah, I want to keep reading. And there's enough storytelling in there. I mean, it did take me by surprise. You know, it did. And I'm like, okay, I'm reading a book about fame. But then I got into it. I'm like, it's not just about fame at all. You talk a lot about the mental piece, the insecurity, the anxiety, being uncomfortable with yourself. And I think this is maybe the biggest hurdle that people have to get over to slay the fame game. So how do you recommend that people really start getting comfortable with themselves?
Well, I think the first thing is just accepting yourself. Acceptance is the action of love. And I know it sounds so simple, but so difficult to practice. But in my opinion, the way to really practice that is by positive affirmations, reminding yourself, you're amazing, you're fabulous, you're going for your dreams, you're doing what you're meant to be doing. And for me personally, what really kind of broke the threshold, because I was really nervous to put myself out there. I'd always kind of been everybody else's cheerleader, and I was really comfortable in that space. Yeah. But coming out with my own brand in Hollywood and like being comfortable just like being out and about and it being about me sometimes was just really weird. And the way that I was able to do that was to find my deeper purpose. And for me, it's helping people. It's encouraging them with lessons I've learned from overcoming anxiety and depression. It's lessons I've learned from feeling insecure and feeling like, who let me into the Golden Globes right now? Because I know I'm not meant to be here, you know? It's just like owning those feelings and then realizing that my purpose was to help people. And so if I impacted just 5 people in everything I ever did, that was enough for me. And I think when you think like that and you change the, it's almost like you flip your perspective around, it really made a big difference.
That's amazing. That's great. And absolutely true. So, okay, someone's watching this show right now and they want to be famous, whether that's Hollywood famous or a friend of mine likes to say he's a regional social media celebrity. And he's going to love that I mentioned him in this show. And I'm not mentioning his name, but he'll love that I said, but whether it's Hollywood famous or kind of local famous or social media famous, what's really the most important thing that someone really should know?
I think the most important thing is not what most people would think. In my opinion, it's staying grounded. Because you know what? Fame's going to come and go. Success comes and goes. Money, relationships, things like that. You never really know what's there to stay. But who you are as a person is what transcends. Like beauty fades. And I think if we focus so much on how do I do this? How do I keep my, like, get it all together? How do I get the most likes? It's like, no, keep your head on straight. Like as far as tools and tactics, yes, engaging other people on social media will increase your following. Having a specific brand that you think through and you add value will increase your following because people will care. You know, if you're only yourself all the time, it gets a little basic after a while. But if you're sharing tips and you're inspiring people, that's why people watch like outfit of the day. It's not because they just want to watch you like look as hot as possible. They want to get inspired. They want to know like, hey, I need some guidance here. I want to go to the office and feel beautiful. I want to go to school and feel like a fabulous queen. So, you know, there are reasons why people pay attention to your content. So I think, again, when you're thinking about how you can make your content bring value to other people, that's when it becomes really powerful and the relationship becomes more real. If it's like a one-sided relationship, it's lame. Like I love to comment back to my people and like on their pages and see what they're up to because for me personally, I care about what they care about.
Isn't it always a surprise when you reach out to someone like that and they're so honored and grateful and you're like, oh, I was just, you know, doing what I do. I'm not, you know, it's so nice. I think people are always so surprised when someone that they follow follows them back or connects with them or likes something or comments on it. Who knew?
The first time I had an experience like that was when Tony Robbins tweeted back to me. I was like, oh my God. And then I met Louise Hay one time and that was like a huge deal for me. So absolutely. And I think anytime you have a platform and you have a channel and you have people who care and people who follow, if you can make their lives better with one comment or one tweet or one birthday wish, why would you not do that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's funny, that seems to be a running theme with the people that come on this show that are hugely successful. And they say, why wouldn't you do those things? Why wouldn't you be generous? And yet we have this notion that if you're really successful, you're so busy and you can't be bothered. And that's nonsense. It's just nonsense.
Absolutely. And what you give out, you always get back. So it doesn't always make logical sense. And I think sometimes when you're in this value extraction zone, you don't always think about how actually adding value to other people's lives can really make an impact in your own life. I mean, every time I give or I go to Covenant House, this homeless shelter I work with, or shop with or something, I always leave and it's like people are like, thank you so much. And I'm like, honestly, I feel like I really need to be thanking you because I'll be like crying, just so touched by the opportunity to love these people. And it doesn't matter how much you give. It's like you just fill up with that love. And I believe that that's what creates success because it becomes so tangible. It becomes so real for you. It's not this idea of what would paradise look like. It's like, no, you create it wherever you are. You help the person who's on the street corner. You don't think about like, I'm going to wait until I'm really wealthy and then I'm going to change the world. No, change the world today and let that create momentum and let that keep going.
Yeah. Okay. But to be fair, what you showed me is your view kind of is paradise, right?
I gotta be honest, because should we show your viewers right now?
Show the view. It's so beautiful.
You guys, I mean, it's a little bit like it doesn't suck. I'm not gonna lie.
It doesn't.
It's kind of amazing. And I'm actually gonna move back if that's okay and like plug in this phone of mine because it's so funny. I literally have been like in jet skis and in like holiday mode. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm having so much fun. I'm like, oh my gosh, wait, I gotta get, is this okay? Is that all right?
Yeah,
I'm here?
I
don't want my battery to die.
We're a little intimate now, but it's fine. It's so funny because I'm all cold here and you're super like in this beach place.
Totally. I'm literally in Cabo right now. Like, this is okay. I'm all right with this.
Yeah. This show is so evergreen because we've got you in the summer gear and me in the winter. It's perfect.
Yes, it could be at any time of the year. We could keep this.
Who knows? Who knows what time of the year this was filmed except YouTube. All right. Exactly. Well, look, Rachel, this is fantastic. And I really did like the book. And viewers, we're going to put a link. This is the book. This is the book, Slay the Fame Game. And you want to get this book, whether you're trying to grow your social media presence or you actually want to be Hollywood famous, it doesn't matter. Read this book. Now, you will not have what I have. Rachel kissed my book. She actually did. So, but get the book. Make sure you do. Rachel, thank you so much for being on the show. This has been a delight.
Thank you for having me. I'm so honored. You're amazing.
So are you, and I would love to have you come back. Will you come back?
Oh my God, I would be so honored. I want to come sit with you and let's do a vino night.
It would be so much fun. Let's do it. You don't want to come to Indiana. You want to come to Indiana?
Are you kidding? I'm looking always excited to have those like real interactions. I want to like see what you love about your town and like your favorite restaurants. Let's do it.
All right, come to Indiana. We'll hang out and we'll film it for Susan B TV.
Yes, we'll do a date
episode.
Susan B.
It'll be so fun. All right, we'll do that. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right, viewers, again, remember to get the book. We'll have the link to the Amazon. We'll have the Amazon link in the show notes so you can get the book. It's Slay the Fame Game. Make sure you get it. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.